Hello, beautiful humans. Today, we're gonna do a new moon reading for the new moon in Libra. I'm super excited because we are going to go in depth. I actually created a spread for myself for this new moon in Libra, and I was like, fuck yeah, I want to do that on my channel too. So we're gonna be covering, like, the first thing we're gonna be covering is how is this energy affecting your life, and then we're gonna look at what seeds can you sow during this time of the new moon, because new moon is all about setting intentions, planting the seed that you want to grow until the full moon in Libra, which is like 6 months from now on. So what seeds can you sow? And 3, what action can you take to initiate the process of planting the seed? Like a symbolic action that is kind of like, you know, planting the seed. And then we're going to be looking at how you can nurture the seed into growth through those coming 6 months. So this is not only, you know, check in with the energies, what's going on now that the new moon is here, but it's also a manifestation type of reading. How can you manifest the things that you are planting now? How is life supporting? What things are supported now in this process? What seeds are supported in growth right now for you? So those are the things that we're going to be checking. And as you can see, I have pre-selected 3 piles for you. Before we go ahead and choose piles, or before I go ahead and present the piles for you, I want us to take 3 breaths together and center ourselves, come into our bodies, be kind of like drop in, relax into our bodies, okay? Because that is gonna help us select the piles more intuitively. It's gonna open us up to our intuition and to the wisdom that is in our bodies. So let's take 3 deep breaths together. Pile number 1, Uranus, change. And the crystal, we got kyanite. Then we got Vesta, hearth, for pile number 2. And this is a something that I found in a forest walk. Or actually it was like a road, so cars could pass by. And there was a little lake close by. I was going to that lake and look at this little stone, it was beautiful. Then we have pile number 3 with 6th house, sustainability. And we got this beautiful, I don't know the name of it. If you know the name of it, please comment it below. It's not a rhodonite that I know. It's something else, but I don't know what it is. So, I want you to ask yourself the question, how is the energy of the new moon affecting my life. And let yourself be pulled to any of these piles. And once you've made your decision, see you in your pile. Timestamps are in the description box. See you. Hello, pile number 1. You've selected the change card, Uranus change, and the kyanite. So I have divided your reading onto 4, because we have 4 different questions that we're going to be exploring, right? And so this is for how the energy is affecting you. This is what seeds can you sow, what actions can you take as a symbolic representation of, you know, planting, initiating the process of planting this seed, this new energy, manifesting whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest. How can you put your intention I mean here, of the seed into action? And here we have, how can you nurture it through the coming phase, the coming months? So we are gonna put these cards here on the side, up here. But first, we're gonna check, you know, your overall energy, this new moon, how this new moon is affecting you. Didn't we take another oracle card for this? I want another oracle card for this. I was meaning to make all this shuffling off screen, but I want one oracle card for how this new moon energy is affecting my dear pile number 1, this one. Okay. We got crystal technology, silicone. I love the colors here. Let's see. 4 of Wands with completion in reverse. The Magician in reverse. The Hermit. And the Devil. So we have 4 major arcanas here. So there's gonna be some type of major influence here for you in this new moon. And obviously some changes. And I'm seeing that those changes, there is some frustration behind the shifts and the changes that are happening through this phase, in this new moon, in these coming days, when the new moon's energy is affecting you. It's kind of like initiating a phase of change for you, in which things are shifting direction. You say shift in direction here. Yeah, see, something new is being, what is it called? Incubator. Something new is being incubated. Something new is being incubated here. But I'm seeing that, you know, like this change that is to happen is causing you frustration, is causing you, it's almost like a feeling of like, You know, when you have a dog on a leash, what is it called? You're like walking your dog, and you're like, come on, dog, we need to go this way, and the dog is like, no, like holding itself to the ground, is like, no, I don't want to move from here, and you're like, come on, it's time to go. So that's the type of energy I'm feeling here with you. It's kind of like life is pulling you into a certain direction. It's kind of like these changes are about you having to go into a new direction. And you're kind of like, no, you're like the dog, like refusing. And the universe is, come on, little doggy, time to go there, time to go there. We have lots of treats. We have this thing and that thing. And it's kind of like trying to direct you into the where you want to be actually going. But you're not seeing how that redirection is actually gonna take you to actually achieving the thing that you want to achieve. That's why we have the completion card here with, you know, like they're graduating. You're not seeing how that is gonna help you manifest and create the things that you want to be creating. And so you are resisting it. So you are like the dog that is holding on to the ground, like that does not want to move. I'm also seeing here, like, yeah, with this, the incubation time, and yeah, with these two, it's like incubation time. You're probably gonna feel pulled to withdraw from people, from work, or like, it's kind of like withdraw and put some time aside for yourself. You're probably gonna be drawn to have more time for contemplation, more time for rest, more time for, you know, I'm even seeing, you know, an energy of like, all these changes are happening, and it's kind of like in that energy of retreating, there is also this energy of looking up for comfort, like trying to find comfort in something bigger than yourself, you know, like universe or God or whatever. And there is a sense of kind of like developing trust, because it's kind of like these changes are happening. You're realizing that you don't have a lot of control of it. Like whatever happens, happens. And there's certain things in life that we cannot control. So whatever happens, happens. And so now you got to hold yourself to something bigger than yourself, in a sense. Something, you got to hold on to hope. This is kind of like an energy of holding on to hope. Everything is going to shit. I'm not saying that everything is going to go to shit, but you know that feeling? Ooh, everything is going to shit. And I'm realizing that I can't do anything about it. So the only thing I can do is to trust that it's going to go well, is to trust that it's going to go in my highest good. Yeah, it's kind of like you're a baby right now in this phase, you know, like when the dog is like refusing to go, and you're like, I have fucking candy for you if you just follow me, like, dude. But the dog is like completely like, nah, but the flower here is smelling so good. I just want to be here with the flower. You're like, I have fucking candy, and we're going to a field with 10,000 flowers. Like, it's gonna be great. And they're like, no. Well, it's kind of like there is a sense of unknown. Obviously, with change and things shifting, of course there is like things unknown. But yeah, you're kind of like that baby who is not aware of what is outside of the womb. What is on the other side of this change? What is on the other side of this challenge? What is on the other side of this being pushed out? Like I said, life is kind of pushing you into a new direction. Life is pushing you out of the womb, and it can be discomfortable. It's not fun. But know that these changes are happening in your good. Yeah, sometimes when we experience things, we experience things that are uncomfortable, when we experience things that I mean, you know, life, that the uncomfortable changes, the uncomfortable things that happen with life, many times we just naturally like assume that it's something bad. You know, discomfort obviously for the mind equals bad, something to avoid, but many times our minds cannot see beyond that. We can't see beyond the unknown. And what I'm seeing here is that these changes happening now, as we said, are for your good, and you cannot see that right now, but it's one of those things that are actually gonna liberate you. It's like you're not gonna be stuck anymore. You're not gonna be tied. Your ties are loosening, so to say, and you're gonna be able to move more freely. You're gonna be able to do things more freely, do more things as you wish. It's kind of like, do you see how this lady has like strings on her fingers, and there's like two people like kind of like, you know, like a puppet master, and so there's a sense of attachment, of control. And so what this change is going to help you is to free those attachments that are kind of controlling how you move, and you're going to be able to move more for yourself, by yourself. So those are the initial energies that we're seeing for the new moon here for you. Let's look at the other cards. I think I'm gonna keep this one here because it's the card that you chose. But let's put these up here. There. And let's see, we got question number 2. What seeds can you sow during this time? Let's start with these oracles. We got the Devil card. Again, this is from an oracle deck. The Cannabis, Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck. And it has the major arcana. And the Devil card, it's showing up again. So that one has a big message for you. Yes. Then we got this one. I don't know how to pronounce it, but Arzikidabaran, with gratitude. I'm actually feeling this being up. You know, I think I want another layout here. Yeah, something like this, maybe. We'll see now. Something like this, yeah. We got the 5 of Pentacles with worry. Yeah. Then we got the Knight of Wands in reverse with the Rock Star. Oh, okay, okay. Then we have Justice in reverse. And we got the Star upright. The Rock Star, huh? And the Devil twice. And birth. Remember how we talked about birth? And this worry, this frustration. Okay. let me tap into this for a second. The seed you can sow right now is building a trust with yourself and a trust with life. This is about trusting life, trusting the flow of life, trusting the ebbs and flows, trusting the changes, trusting the contrasts, trusting that things that feel challenging, that feel worrying to you are actually here to show you something that you didn't see before, to make you aware of something. And what I'm seeing here with gratitude, just besides worry, is that I'm not saying, you know, be grateful for the things that, you know, are going to fuck shit in life, but it's more like this energy of like learning to see the good in the things that we perceive as bad. For instance, say you have a job that I mean, it feels challenging to go to that job every day, and it feels heavy, it feels like a burden. It feels like you're not even paid enough, for fuck's sake. So it feels like a big burden you're carrying. So what life is, the seed you can sow here, actually this is one of the actions you can take already, is to start seeing the good things in that job. For instance, maybe you're connecting with people that you really enjoy connecting with. And so in that way, you can be grateful for the people you have at your job. And in that way, it will be easier to flow with life rather than to flow against life. You know, it's kind of like if you're the dog and life is pushing you to go that way, you're like, oh, fuck, okay, let's go this way. And, ooh, there are actually things to enjoy from point A to point B. I don't know what point B is right now, but from point A to point B, even though there's an uphill right now, there are some few flowers here, and there is this person that just stopped to say hi to me. Ooh, and the dog is happy because there is something positive to put attention to in that uphill journey. So it's kind of that energy here. You can start planting that seed of seeing how things are actually good for you in the things that are currently happening in your life. It's kind of like, oh fuck, I need to pay my taxes. That's maybe what you're thinking, right? So then you can write a list with, this is good because la la la. This is good because la la la. So you're finding ways in which the things that you are rejecting or against, you're like finding ways to approve of them. So that you lessen your resistance to what is. And that is actually one of the ways in which I am seeing that you are releasing yourself from certain attachments, even from certain, I'm getting a sense of guilty pleasures here. I don't know, maybe it has to do with some type of, because when I look at these two cards, it makes me think of, you know, drugs, sex, and rock and roll type of energy with these two. And maybe that is certain dynamics of that lifestyle. Life is maybe trying to shift you into a new space in which you actually get to be the star. A real star. Like, I'm not saying that you're not a real star right now, or whatever, but in which you actually feel like a real star. It's kind of like you're being born to be a star again. So the seed that you can start to plant, to sow, whatever it's called, it's to find ways that support your own view of being a star. See, we got this star here too. See, there's a star. We got oh fuck yeah, we got a star here too. You have stars every fucking where. I need to tap into this star energy a little bit more so I can give you a clear message of what this star theme here is. The star, rock star. Spirit, what is this star? The star seed that they can start sowing, planting in this season. Can we get more information about that? So listen. The possibilities for you in this lifetime are endless. You're not seeing the possibilities that you have. We are guiding you to those possibilities. And I know it's tough to be led to something that you cannot see. And the things that you cannot believe in. But you have star potential that cannot go to waste. We are here to help you see your own potential. Because right now you're wasting it. To be truthful, right now you're wasting your own potential. What you need to do right now is to find ways in which you can make the transitions that are coming your way easier. How, like, they are gonna happen. And how much you suffer depends on how much you resist the changes that are happening. In this reading, we're hoping to help you, give you actionable ways in which you can start releasing resistance to what is happening, because we don't want you to suffer. We want you to shine, and we're here to polish the diamond that you are. You are a fucking diamond and you're hiding inside of it. We need to take you out and shine. So the seeds that you can start sowing today are those of beliefs in yourself. We want you to start seeing your own star potential in everything that comes in your life. In the challenges, can you see your own like, you're magnificent? Can you see the ways in which you are being magnificent during those challenges? Because you seeing yourself for what you truly are, a fucking star, is actually what's gonna take you there. But right now, you're in a unhealthy view of what a star is. We are gonna help you change this understanding of what it means to be a star. Be open to the changes. Be open to the shifts that are happening in your life, because ultimately they are gonna bring you things that you've always wanted. This is a new birth for you. You are a fucking star. It's time to start believing in yourself, right? Those are the seeds you can sow now. And now we're gonna see what actions you can take to initiate and reinforce this belief, okay? This is gonna be really interesting. Oh, I am loving your reading. It's so fucking interesting. I was not expecting that. The energies are on fire. Let's see. I need just to take my glass of water. Okay, let's go pile number 1 with this one. Okay, we got, so yeah, the actions, right? We got ascendant, entrance. We got Hizabi, accountability. This is the strength card. Let's see, let's rearrange this later. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Four of Swords. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. It's still on in cam. Perfect. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And the Two of Cups in reverse. Pile number 1. Remember that we spoke about you like going a little bit of like hermit mode and like taking some space from for yourself, away from others, away from certain events, certain situations, just taking like a step back and be with yourself. And I'm seeing like a similar energy to that with the Ace of Discs and the Eight of Pentacles, but specifically what I'm seeing with these two cards is more like letting go of the things of like doing so much. I see that, okay, let me just say what I'm seeing straight out. There's something that I saw, and here's the thing. You know, in talking about this star potential, stardom, being a star, you are a star, and I know that you know it. You know that you're meant to be a star, whatever that means for you. And I'm seeing how you are taking a lot of action. You're like trying 10,000 different things. You're trying to find opportunities for yourself in order to become a star, in order to create yourself a life in which you feel like a star, because currently you're not feeling like a star, but you're striving to become a star. And what I'm seeing here is that one of the things you can do to start this process, initiate this process of, you know, life actually guiding you to the place in which you actually become a star, or in which you actually start realizing that you're a star. There's a difference. You are already a star, but you don't realize that you are a star, and you don't realize that you have all of the things inside of you to shine that star energy out to the world. But what I'm seeing here with those two, it's like, it's time to let go of all of the things that you are doing in order to feel like a star. I don't know what the fuck it is that you're doing, but it's time to let go. What is it that makes you believe, makes you think? Okay, yeah, here's a question. Here is a question for you. What are your, what is it called? Your associations with being a star. So being a star equals to doing this, doing that, being this way. So you have a bunch of associations that you're like trying to live up to. You're doing things in order to live up to those associations you have with being a star. So what are those associations and what are you doing? Can you take a break from doing that? Can you like step away, go hermit mode and like take a break from it? Like for some of you, this is not for everybody, but for some of you, I am getting the message that for some of you, you're literally living, you know, the rock and roll, sex, drugs type of lifestyle. And maybe those are the things that are being spoken here about, that it's time to like take a break from those, like leave it open, stop trying. And for others of you, maybe it's like, you know, you have this dream of becoming a singer, and so you're like pushing, going against yourself, doing things that you don't actually feel are aligned with you, and you're like looking and trying to find opportunities all the fucking time, but things don't seem to be moving anyways. What if you take a break from that? Because what I'm hearing here is that spirit, the universe, whatever you want to call it, God, life, your guides, whatever you want to call it, I'm hearing that they are wanting to take you into a new direction. And in order for them to be able, for them to be able to do that, you need to take a step back and create space so that those new changes can arise inside of you. So making the choice, maybe like even on the days close to this new moon in Libra, you can just like, if you usually would have done something, you know, to create this, take a step back. That is a symbol of what you're planting. You're planting space for the universe to guide you into a new space. You're creating space for your own star essence, your real star essence, the one that comes from the core. You're creating space for that to arise. So that is one of the actions you can take as a symbol of what it is that you're wanting to sow, becoming a star. When I look at this card and I hear entrance, it's kind of like I'm seeing, again, a rock star entering stage, or like an actor entering stage. So with the strength card called accountability here, what I'm getting is kind of like, start paying attention how you present yourself to the world. Take accountability for how you present yourself to others. I'm kind of getting this message of like, are you putting on a mask to make you look more like, to make you feel more like, to make other people perceive you more like a star? If so, it's time to take a break from that too. Maybe that is one of the things you're doing. You know, remember we talked about that you're doing certain things that you associate with, like, stars do this, and so I'm gonna do it because I know I'm a star and I'm trying to live up to that potential. Well, maybe, you know, putting a mask on, performing to the outer world is one of those things that you're doing that you associate, you know, like, I mean, every star must have an entrance, and they must have this the coolest outfit fucking ever, so that all the eyes be turning on me. Stop doing the things you associate with being a star, because those associations are not what make you a star. Those are things that you think make a star, but your star essence come from someplace else. They come from inside of you. Your own authenticity is what makes you a star, and this is not authentic. You trying to be a star is not you being authentically a star. And let me just look at this. When I was looking at this, I was like, there's something about pinpointing something. And then I'm seeing here, you know, how the diamond inside here is actually surrounded by these coins. It's kind of like this diamond is being pinpointed. Yes, okay. Okay, what I want you to do, I'm getting a sense that this is a challenge for some of you, and even some of you, like, hearing this suggestion is gonna make you, like, contract or like uncomfortable. But here's the thing. One of the actions you can take is to actually start writing a list of the things that make you a fucking diamond, that make you valuable. And I'm not saying, like, things that you do for other people. Like, I am valuable because I work extra hours at work for my boss anytime they ask me to. Sure, that is of value, but that is not what makes you valuable. What characteristics do you have that actually bring value to the world? For instance, I'm gonna take myself as an example. I think part of my diamond essence is my personality, the way I express myself. I can say weird shit that sometimes I'm like, what the fuck, what the fuck came out of my mouth? Why am I saying it like that? And what I've realized is, you know, like, something that comes out naturally for me. It just comes out. And that is one of the things that come from my core, from my essence, and it makes me shine like a diamond. It makes me unique. It makes me me. It's part of my star essence. I am a very understanding person. Helps me develop understanding for myself and understanding for others. Yeah, and this being in reverse, what about yourself is bringing value to you? For instance, as I said, my personality, like the shit I say sometimes. Like, I crack myself open. I make myself laugh. I'm like, girl, you're fucking entertaining. Like, for God's sake, who are you? I want to be your friend. And I'm like, wait, me, yeah, with this here. Is yes. This is about starting to approve yourself. You need to pinpoint the things that you like about yourself. Find the goodness in the things that come naturally out of you? How are the things that come naturally out of you good? In the past, I could have judged, you know, I judged the things that I said or the ways that I was. I would say that it's weird. People are going to think this and this and this and that about me. La, la, la. But the truth is that it was my own perception that made me think that people thought a certain way about me. But the truth is that people now, like, I have fucking fun with people and people laugh with me and I laugh with myself and we have fun because I allow this part of my personality to be seen and because I approve of it and I like it. I allow it. So one of the things here, stop doing the shit that you think is gonna make you a star and start looking for the things that you like about yourself. The things that come, oh yeah, you don't need to like them about those things about yourself actually. It's more like the things that come out of you naturally, or even the things you dislike about yourself. Find ways to approve of the things you dislike about yourself. The things that come out naturally out of you, how can you approve that? How can you approve those things about yourself? How can you approve that you are shy? How can you approve of you being a nerd about Legos? How can you approve of... I don't know. I don't have any ideas, but you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Because what we're wanting here is to create a good relationship with yourself. You actually, because remember, when you start seeing yourself as a star for who you are, not for who you think you should be, that's when you actually become the star. So these are the actions you can take so that you can sow that seed and become the star that you are meant to be. The star that you already are, but out in the world. Great. Loving this message. Let's go for the last question for you. Which is, how can you nurture this into growth through this new phase? Beloved and opposition in reverse. Oh, I need to show it to you. Venus, beloved. Opposition in reverse. Confrontation. Disappointment, the 5 of Cups. Ruin, 10 of Swords in reverse. Two of Pentacles in reverse. And the 6 of Wands with a fucking star. See? Spotlight star. You little pile number 1. You're a fucking star. Like, the reading is fucking clear. The reading is so fucking clear. You are a motherfucking star. You are a motherfucking star. How can you nurture this seed into growth through the coming phase, through the coming months? Let's see. Okay, part of the process here for you is to actually become comfortable with discomfort. Become comfortable with disappointment. Become comfortable with change. Because that is actually what's going to help you not resist it. And not resisting the changes is what is going to allow this plant to grow. So the way in which you can nurture this is to actually start regulating your nervous system when you're experiencing that discomfort, when you're experiencing that disappointment. It's about going back into your body and allowing it to settle and calm down. Like every time it's been triggered, it's been like on overdrive, it's been stressed. Instead of taking, you know, actions that you might have done before, you know, that actually don't help your nervous system. Actually, it's kind of like ruining it. It's not helping you to grow. So for instance, it could be that when you're way too stressed, you take a drink, and you do that every fucking day, or, you know. And so what I'm seeing here is that instead of using external ways to relieve stress, it's time to find ways that are within your body to relieve that stress. So meaning you don't need a substance outside of what you have inside of your body to release that stress. That is one of the things that I'm feeling as I'm channeling these cards. It's kind of like falling in love with the process of growth. It's about falling in love with, you know, the uphills. Remember how we talked about, you know, the dog, walking the dog, and the dog that doesn't want to go there. And now it's like, okay, fine, let's go. And we're going uphill, and uphill is difficult. So the dog is like, okay, I'm just gonna try to find the good things that I support as I go from A to B. And fine, there is like that person that is coming to say hi to me, and oh, it's so fun to have people. It's kind of like, you know, what I'm seeing here is to find ways, not only, remember we talked about finding ways to approve of yourself? Well, things you can do to nurture this plant to grow is to start finding ways. I think we spoke about it earlier, but find ways to approve of the challenges that are happening. Find ways to approve of this uphill. Find ways to approve of the disappointments. Find ways to approve and love the things that you feel are going wrong. And also I'm seeing here, it's about finding ways in which you can hold, you know, both realities. Just because you're finding ways to approve of the way life is going doesn't mean that you need to bypass your emotions about it. For instance, you know, let's take a breakup as an example. How can I approve of this breakup? Well, this breakup taught me about what the things that I need are. Through the difficulties in this breakup, I found out what I actually really want and what I actually really need in a partner. And that has been really valuable information for me. So that is one way you're finding approval for that breakup, for instance. And at the same time, don't deny that you're feeling shit about it. Yes, there are treasures in the difficulties that we go through, and we're also human. And we do feel shit about certain things. We do feel shit about life. We have many difficult emotions sometimes as a consequence of those changes of events happening in life. And we need to honor that too. We need to honor those emotions too. So it's like, okay, how can I approve of this situation, and how can I allow myself to feel the disappointment of not getting the things that I wanted to get? How can I allow myself to feel this feeling of I'm never gonna become a star? How can I allow myself to feel like a failure? Because it's in allowing that too that your star essence arise. Because I'm going to tell you a secret. A lot of who we truly are, the stars that are within us, it's actually covered underneath a lot of pain. And in feeling that pain, you're allowing that star essence to come up and out of that pain, because right now it's covered, and when you feel it, it's kind of like you're dusting it off. You're letting that pain to be processed. And so what's underneath that is the star essence that you are allowing now slowly but surely to be seen. And always, whenever you pass through one of those challenges, whenever you're kind of like, oof, and we made it through this one, I want you to celebrate yourself for reals. Like, celebrate all types of wins, the little wins and the big wins. Celebrate, acknowledge them, and acknowledge your star essence that is born in you as you walk through those challenges. Pile number 1. This was a beautiful, beautiful reading. I am so cheering for you. This is gonna be awesome. I know it's difficult, I know it's uncomfortable, but please remember the messages from this reading. I know that you got it. You are a star, and I love you. I see you. I see your shine. Throughout this whole reading, I see your shine. I see the star you are. You got this. You got this, pile number 1. Thank you. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome to your New Moon in Libra reading. This is a card that you chose, and you picked this crystal, this stone. So I have pre-shuffled and divided your cards into 4, because we have 4 questions that we are gonna cover. How is this new moon energy affecting your life? What seeds can you sow, plant during this new moon? What can you initiate? And what action can you take to initiate this process as a symbol of planting this seed? And how can you nurture this plant into growth through the upcoming months, through this new phase in your life? So we are gonna put these to the side. This is question 1, 2, 3, and 4, like this. And we are gonna have them here on the side, but we're gonna begin with this one. How the new moon energy is affecting your life. Ace of Cups in reverse, and I just heard the word love. Seven of Swords with futility. And the Five of Cups with disappointment. This card has been showing up for me so many times. Like yesterday I was doing, it was with my own new moon readings. This one appeared. And with pile number 1, this one appeared too. So we'll see what that's about. There seems to be a collective energy with that. We got the Nine of Pentacles. And we got the Ace of Wands in reverse. So we have 2 wands. One at the beginning of your reading and one at the ending. Let's tune into the cards and see what messages want to come forth here for you. How is this new moon in Libra? How is this energy affecting pile number 2? There are emotions that are being stirred up inside of you. There is new movement happening inside of you. There is like a fire, a force, a drive inside of you that is pulling you, pushing you somewhere. It's driving you somewhere. I am feeling this energy of disappointment. We have disappointment here, but especially when I tune into these 2 cards, there is a sense of disappointment. That's why they are in reverse. Yes, there is this, yes. So you have like this sense of drive, right? You are wanting to create something, you're wanting to build something out of your passions. But it feels like no matter what you do, there's only disappointment. It feels futile to even try. That kind of energy. And feeling like things are not moving anywhere, not going anywhere. It's creating this sense of like, I'm worthless. I don't know how to do shit. This is not going anywhere. Everything is pointless. It's just kind of like, I see you, like if you have a cup, you know, like, and you have water inside of your cup, you're like emptying it out. You're emptying yourself out of, it's kind of like your perspective on things is emptying the cup, emptying the drive that you have inside of you. And what I'm seeing is that this new moon is here to refuel you, but not in a way that is temporary. Because temporary is just temporary. We need something more sustainable. Something that can hold up this fire, right? If this fire is your drive, we need to build something that can hold it up. But right now, there's nothing holding it up. And the energy that you have, the drive that you have, it's being emptied out. And you feel disappointment because it feels like on this journey, you're not getting anywhere. You're not getting in that place that you want to be at. So that is how this new moon energy is supporting you. It's wanting to create a new cycle for you when it comes to your internal motivations, the way you feel about yourself, the way you feel about what you're doing in this world, your contribution to this world. It's helping you to renew a sense of purpose and the sense of actually being able to drive your purpose forward, because right now it kind of feels like stuck in the wheel. And you have the drive, you want to do certain things, you have certain goals, but somehow, some way, things are not working out, and that's causing you a lot of frustration, a lot of disappointment, a lot of pain, feelings of pointlessness and futility. And being stuck in this energy is feeding it more. It's feeding it more. It's feeding the futility more. It's feeling the pointlessness more. It's feeding the disappointment. It's feeding your sense of not working. And the more you're in that energy of it's not working, the less it will work. So we need to build new pillars to support you in bettering your relationship with your own drive. Let's see your next question. That is your first. That is how this new moon energy is affecting you. Let's see. We're gonna keep this one here somewhere. And we're gonna put those cards to the side. And now we're gonna look into, oh, that's the wrong card. We're gonna look into what seeds can you sow or plant. I don't know. Do you say sow or sow? No, I don't know. Either way. What seeds can you plant? Let's see. The hedges, yeah. Yeah. We got Imun Koeli with root in reverse. And we got Lantarkimes with peace. Peace with yourself is what I'm hearing. This has to do with self-worth. Your reading definitely has to do with self-worth. We got the 3 of Wands in reverse. We got the 6 of Pentacles. We got the 6 of Swords. And then we got the 4 of Wands. So looking at those 2 cards up here, I am definitely getting, you know, the sense of creating a new relationship to yourself, to your own sense of worth. Because as we looked in the previous question, in the previous cards, there's certainly, you know, negative self-talk happening, and kind of like a negative perspective on yourself and what you're capable of and what you can achieve and what you can build. And, you know, here again, I see this drive again. I kind of see like also like with this, the drive, a sense of urgency almost. You're having like a sense of urgency about what you're here to do. And I'm feeling like you do have that sense of purpose in your life. Like, you know what you want, you know what you're here for, but there is this sense of like, I don't know how to do it, and it doesn't matter what I try to do or how I try to do these things. I'm not getting the results that I want. I'm not getting the success that I want. And so I feel frustrated, and it must mean there is something wrong with me. And so what I'm seeing here is that the seeds you can start to sow, to grow, are seeds that support your own sense of worth. Because you're putting yourself down with your words, with your thoughts, and with your feelings when things don't go the way you're wanting them to go. And you're putting a lot of energy. You're putting a lot of energy out there. You're putting a lot of energy out to the world. But still, the seeds that you're planting out in the world are not growing. And you feel frustrated because you keep watering them and watering them and watering them. And the reason that the seeds that you're planting out in the world are not able to grow is because you don't have a solid tree, a solid foundation for your own self-worth, your own sense of self. And how can you really support and nurture the seeds that you're planting out in the world if you cannot grow and nurture your own tree, your own seeds? So what I am hearing Spirit telling me here is that the seed you can sow right now is a seed for you, for yourself. And you need to start putting your attention onto nurturing that seed. And it all comes back to self-worth. What I'm seeing here is actually mirror work. You can do some mirror work. How do you feel when you look at yourself in the mirror? Are you able to look at your eyes deeply without wanting to look away? It took me a while to get there. How do you feel about yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror? How do you think of yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror? What words come out naturally out of your mouth when you look at yourself in the mirror? What reaction happens as you look at yourself in the mirror? I want you to go do that. Like, put yourself in front of a mirror and see what happens naturally. What thoughts, feelings, words come out of you naturally as you look at yourself, as you look at how you look like, as you look into your eyes, as you look into your soul. What happens? That is gonna be a reflection of how you feel about yourself. That is telling you how you feel about yourself. So what I'm seeing here is that this phase of your life, this new phase of your life with the new moon in Libra, it's all about, you know, Libra has a lot of like Venus energy, right? So, and I'm feeling Venus energy here, and it's Venus energy is like this goddess energy, is finding that goddess energy within you. Finding the value, worthiness within you. So you are here, like this phase, the perfect thing for you to plant is to plant the seeds of worthiness for yourself. And what I'm seeing here is that as you plant that seed for yourself, that strong structure for yourself that holds you so that you don't crumble when you're out there in the world, that strong tree is actually what's gonna bridge you between where you are now and between where you want to be. So what you're doing is actually building the bridge, but that bridge is built within you. Because whatever is within you will be reflected outwards. So right now, what you're trying to build and grow out in the world is not growing because you don't have that foundation within yourself. I want you to start sowing the seeds of worthiness and value. The worthiness that you are, that you have just because you are. The value that you bring to yourself and to the world. That's what I'm seeing here, you know, value. This card makes me think of the word value. It's described as success here, but when I'm in your reading right now, I'm seeing value, self-value, value for self. And what I'm hearing here is that, you know, in giving so much to the world, in planting, in trying to grow and nurture these things and give those things to the world, to people around you, and you not seeing the fruits of that labor yet, that is causing, you know, that dynamic of self depreciation. What is it called? Like you don't appreciate yourself. So what I want you to start playing with is play with the thoughts of what's the value I am actually giving to the world, but maybe I'm not seeing it. Like, let's take social media, for example. You post an image, okay, a quote, something, an educational thing, and someone on the other side of the world watches it, taps double like, you got one like, woohoo. But you don't know what effect that had on the other person. You have no fucking idea. So no, you can't see the fruits of your labor. But you know, you did actually give value to someone. But you're not able to see it right now. You're not able to see what actually happened inside of that person. So start looking for the value that comes out of you just by being yourself. I actually have a video that is called How Are You a Gift to the World Just by Being Yourself? I want you to watch that because that is a theme that is going to be brought up by the new moon here. The value that you have just by being yourself. So when you naturally share yourself in social media, maybe you don't feel like you're giving value to anyone, but you are. And I want you to start finding out what ways you are giving value just by being yourself. Because those are the beliefs, especially with the Six of Swords, swords being beliefs, mental stuff. Those beliefs are what are the things that are going to support you to actually cross to the other side. Maybe you're building a business or something like that. Maybe you're doing some type of humanitarian work, some volunteering, stuff like that. Shelter, I heard. You're either way doing something for the world here that is really, really important. But your thoughts, your beliefs about yourself is what's going to support you to actually make it to the other side. Yes. Do you see this shell here? And I just, like, when I looked at the shell, I saw it open and the pearl being inside. It's kind of like you need to start opening yourself up to the pearl that you are. You need to start seeing yourself for what you are without a distorted perception of yourself. see all those pearls up here? You need to start seeing like, oh, look at that pearl that is inside of me, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. You need to start recognizing those things inside of yourself. Let's move on, because I really want to give you concrete actions that you can take in order to start the process of building this energy up, because this is going to support you with everything in your life, especially with the things you're building in this world. So let's check that out. So this is for what actions can you take to initiate the process, plant the seed, like a symbolic act of planting the seed. We got Sabata with clarity. Sabata, clarity. I'm really liking this card, actually. I love his vibe. I love his vibe. Ah, look at the vibes. Like, these are vibey people. Rana Rudu, loyalty. Look at the vibes. Look at the fucking vibes. Like, for reals. This just made my... Like, did you hear how my energy shifted? Like, me from talking like this, pretty calm and whatever. And I'm like, what a vibe. Like, shit, it brought my energy up. Ten of Swords with Ruin. Interesting. We had this one for pile number 1, 2. We got Failure. We got the 7 of Cups with, yeah, 7 of Cups in reverse. We got the Queen of Swords in reverse. And we got the Queen of Cups. For reals though, I'm so fucking excited for these two cards. They're like, they're giving me a fucking vibe. There are a couple messages here, and I'm getting like glimpses of a little bit of everything mixed. So I'm just gonna take a minute to tap into it. Sing your song. I don't know why, but like as I am tapping into this, I'm feeling like a sensation in my belly, and as I'm feeling this sensation, I'm getting the impulse of like singing, of like I need to raise my voice, make my voice heard. Take center stage. You need to make a declaration of your worth. You need to declare your worth. See how this dude is like, he's holding this stick, and it's like, he's not doing it like in a very aggressive way, but I'm kind of hearing like him setting the what is it called, this stick down, like, and there's like an energy going outwards. It's kind of like he's declaring like his presence. I am here. Let me continue on tuning in. Yeah, but there's definitely something about, you know, like declaring your worth, taking your stage. You know, it's kind of like, almost like a decision, like, you know, I have decided that no matter what, this is how I'm gonna think and see myself. This is how I'm gonna feel about myself. This is how I'm gonna present myself. I'm not gonna hide who I am anymore. I'm not gonna hide my vibe anymore. Because my vibe is fucking worthy. My vibe is of value. The way I am is of value to the world. So I'm just gonna, you know, take this and put it out there. That is how you can sow, plant, symbolize. This is the action you need to take as a symbol of what you're initiating, as your intention for this new moon cycle. Make the decision to be bold and authentic in who you are. When I say bold, I mean more like boldly taking action to fearlessly showing up to the world the way you are. And again, I'm encouraging you to watch my video, how you are a gift to the world, just naturally being the way you are. Yes, I'm seeing that in doing this, in taking this action, you know, like I've decided that who I am is perfect the way it is, and I'm gonna take the step and show this to the world. And this could mean anything. It could mean like, you know, showing up on social media and being like, yo, motherfuckers, this is me, instead of like, you know, holding back, speaking a way in which you don't usually speak, and trying to, you know, be a certain way to match or fit in or whatever. But it's kind of like not holding back who you are. And I understand that there are fears with that. I understand that there might be a sense of, you know, listen, I'm afraid that I'm gonna destroy everything. I'm afraid that if I show who I truly am, if I show up the way I am, I'm like, something is gonna get destroyed. Something is gonna get fucked. Something, maybe they're gonna hate me. Maybe they're gonna have this certain reaction to me. Maybe I'm gonna get backlashed. Maybe, I don't know, whatever it is that you're thinking, feeling about showing up as you are. I understand that there are fears. I understand there are things holding you back. And this declaration of your value and your worthiness, it doesn't have to be like a grandiose, a very big action. It could be just, you know, like, just for the sake of example, social media. Let's say in your regular life, you like to swear a lot. But when you show up on social media, you keep it quiet with the swear words because you're afraid that people are going to judge you, or you're afraid that nobody is going to want to listen to what you have to say, or they're not going to take you seriously, stuff like that. Well, what I'm seeing here is that make a small choice. Like, this could mean, you know, making a video for social media and you swearing. And just in that moment, it's like, okay, I'm gonna hold this fear in its hand and I'm gonna do it anyways, because I have decided that my swearing on camera on social media is of value to someone, and it is of value for me. Me showing up authentically as who I am is of value. Me being me is of value. Yeah, those two queens are about boldly, you know, again, boldly taking the space the way you are. You know, the archetype, if I'm thinking of the queen, both, you know, the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Emotions, they are not holding back who they are. They know that the traits they have, the characteristics that they have, those things are their strength, and they know it. They know it. She knows that her colorfulness is giving life to the world. She knows that her depth and her wisdom is of value to everybody else, even though it feels so familiar to her, you know, like this is what I do and this comes naturally to me. She knows that it's of value to the world. There might be many areas in which you can make this, you know, statement of worthiness, maybe in your work area, with your family, with this, with that, the way you show up in different spaces, in different areas. You're gonna have the chance to do that, you know, these upcoming 6 months until the full moon of Libra. There's gonna, like, life is gonna present with you with those opportunities. It's gonna be like, oh, and now here's the opportunity. You don't need to find, you don't need to go looking always for those opportunities, but the first one, you need to make the conscious choice. And after that, it's gonna be like, and this presented itself, I need to make the choice again. Today I choose to show up as myself, fully myself, the way that I am naturally. Because that, doing that step by step is what's gonna build up that sense of worthiness, that sense of value, the sense of you being who you are, the way you are, actually being of value to the world. Because you're not just a failure, and what you're doing is not futile, it's not pointless. You're not ruining everything, you're not doing everything wrong. The only thing, like, from an energetic perspective, your view of yourself being that way is what is holding you back. So this new moon cycle is also a new cycle for you when it comes to your sense of worthiness. Like, Libra energy, Venus energy is here to support you to see how you are not all of those things you think of yourself. What you think of yourself is not always the truth. So make that choice. Take an action in which you are showing who you are authentically, and that is the seed, okay? Let's check the last question that we have, which is, how can you nurture this the growth of the seed through this coming cycle, right? Let's start with these two cards. We got partnership in reverse, and we got opposition upright. It's interesting, we got this card with pile number 1, 2. So there's definitely some collective energy here that I'm feeling as of themes for this Libra new moon, right? Five of Swords in reverse. The Therapist, or the Queen of Cups in reverse. We got the Queen of Cups in that previous question, remember? But it was upright. We got the Three of Swords in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And the Hanged Man in reverse. So we got a bunch of fucking cards in reverse, right? We got all tarot cards in reverse, and this oracle card in reverse, but this one was the only upright. So how can you nurture this seed into growth, the upcoming cycle, through this new phase in your life? Partner yourself with yourself. You need to create a partnership for yourself, with yourself. Who is for you? Who is on your side? You are. Don't make yourself wrong for whatever is going on in your life. Don't make yourself wrong for feeling a certain way that you do. You need to become your partner, your best friend, your biggest supporter, your own cheerleader. You need to get your back. You need to have your back like nobody else has. That is your job. Your job is to have your own back. Even when there are confrontations, even when there are things that you feel like things are going against you, you know, when things are not working out. When things are not working out, do you leave yourself? Do you abandon yourself? Do you got your back? That is also a choice, you know? Like, oh shit, I'm feeling like nothing is working for me. I feel like all the effort I'm putting out in the world is not working. I'm feeling like people are fighting against me with what I'm putting out in the world. You need to have your own back in that. Don't leave yourself. Don't criticize yourself. Don't talk shit about yourself. Don't talk about how everything is futile. You got, like, for reals, the way, like, if you had a partner that was like your dream partner that would support you and say exactly the right things, and, you know, like the perfect person in your mind, and say you were going through these things in life and you would share that with your partner, how would you want your partner to support you? What words would they say that would feel good to you? What types of actions would they take to support you? You need to start doing those things, but for yourself. That's also why we got so much reversed energy, because the things that you can do here are actually for yourself. The way you can nurture the growth of this is through your own inner self. It's not about taking actions out in the world. You don't support the growth of this by necessarily, you know, like I need to do A, B, and C actions here in the external world. It's more about how you choose to take care of your internal world. You need to be your own therapist, you know? You need to be your own cheerleader, as I said. You need to be... And this is not to say that you cannot get support from the outside. Absolutely, I encourage that. We need connection, we need support from others. But what is actually gonna help you the most here in this journey, with all that we've been talking about through your reading, is actually you. Like, when you become this person for you, a cheerleader, your own therapist, you start to getting to know yourself and you start deepening your understanding of yourself. And when you do that, you're also kind of like uncovering all of the things that make you feel worthy, that make you feel valuable. It's not like, oh my God, I found out this. Oh my gosh, now I'm suddenly worthy. It's more like you start realizing the worthiness that is already within you. It's more like, oh shit, how can I not see this before? Because now that you're spending time and being that person for yourself, it's like you're suddenly discovering and seeing things that you didn't see about yourself before. What pain resides within you those two are, or especially this one, is about pain, you know, like I know that the perceptions that you hold about yourself are painful. And, you know, in being this person for yourself, therapist, cheerleader, your supporter, the one that's always got your back, it doesn't mean that you are gonna be it doesn't mean that you bypass the pain that you have. It doesn't mean that you suddenly stop seeing yourself from the lens that you've been seeing yourself for your whole life. But what I'm seeing here is that, you see, this is a lens. But what I'm seeing here is that it's through, you know, if you think about a therapist, the therapist is there to sit with you through whatever emotions you have, to talk through the different perceptions you have about life, painful perceptions. And it's kind of like that role that you need to start taking for yourself during these coming 6 months, is to actually be present with yourself as you experience these painful perceptions, as you feel those painful perceptions, as you become aware of those painful perceptions that you have with yourself, and with you being present with those perceptions, with you being good to yourself even when you're feeling those perceptions, that is gonna help you shift the lens in which you view yourself from. The way you see yourself will shift, because again, uncovering under that pain, when you uncover that and when you be that person for yourself, underneath all that, you're gonna start seeing the worthiness that was always there, the value that was always there. My dear pile number 2, this was the reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If it resonated, please share with me below. Oh, you are worthy, you're valuable the way you are. And remember that small action that you can take to reinforce that belief. You got yourself, I got you, we got you, we love you. Go slay this journey, okay? Build that stable foundation, seed, sow that seed that's gonna grow you and that's gonna take you to the other side of that bridge. Is the bridge between the two worlds, what you're wanting to create in this world and the creation of that in the world. Thank you so much, pile number 2. See you. Mwah. Hello, pile number 3. You chose this card, 6th house, sustainability, and you picked this stone. Welcome to your reading. So I have pre-shuffled your cards, and each of these piles represent one question, because we're gonna go deep, right? So this is for how the overall energy of this new moon in Libra is affecting you. This is what seeds can you sow as this new moon is happening, like intentions. What intentions can you sow? What do you want to grow, kind of? And this is what actions can you take to initiate this process of, you know, planting the seed. Like, what is an action that can symbolize you planting the seed? And this last one is, how can you nurture the growth of this plant, of this energy in your life through this new cycle, through this new phase that is happening through the new moon. So we're gonna put these away, because we're gonna start with the first pile, or the first part of your reading rather, which is, how is the energy of the new moon affecting you? And for that, we have Pluto, rebirth. We got the Seven of Swords in reverse. And then we got the Princess of Pentacles, the kindergarten teacher. We got the Nine of Pentacles. We got the Hierophant in reverse. And we got the Two of Cups upright. It's interesting because there are many cards that have popped up in other readings too. And I've been noticing through each pile, it's like, huh, there's similar themes here. There's similar energies in each of these two piles. In each of all three piles, not only two, but let's take a deep breath. So how is this new moon energy affecting your life? When I look at this card, I kind of get a sense of being pushed to a corner, like being pointed out or something like that. It's even like you are pointing yourself out, or you are putting the blame on yourself for something. We're pointing this person as guilty, and you have no power to do anything about it. Yeah, there is a sense of, and I can't do anything about it with that one. And, you know, with these two cards, sustainability and then rebirth, but like Pluto rebirth, like rebirths are not, you know, they usually shake our world up, right? And it's kind of like I see an earthquake happening, you know, like that energy of like... And then at the same time, we got sustainability here, which is, you know, not an earthquake, so to say. Not at all an earthquake. I don't know why that was funny, but I'm laughing, so yes. This new moon is shaking something up in your life. It's turning the wheels. Your life is turning wheels here for you. Like the wheels are turning. There's movement happening. There are changes happening. And a lot of it is about how you feel about yourself. I'm gonna tap into this like this. How is this new moon in Libra affecting my dear pile number one? During this new moon, there is something that you have to face. You have to face something. something that has a lot of charge. Something that you've been carrying with you for a long time. Something that you've carried with you since you were a child. I'm kind of getting the sense that this is like a relational issue. Not necessarily, you know, about romantic relationships, but it's a relational issue that, you know, has to do with how you bond, relate, create connection, attach to other people, and how you feel about yourself in those relationships. I get the sense that maybe this earthquake feeling has been coming from, you know, unstable relationships. That's why we got stability here. So this new moon is here to shake something up so that you can begin a new phase when it comes to how you relate to other people. And I'm seeing that this is a theme that's gonna be big for you through the rest of the year, because I got something here about like the eclipses are coming now in November, October, November. And I'm kind of getting the sense that this new moon is kind of like the start of that new cycle, and that the eclipses are here to kind of amplify or kind of like push your, like turn the wheel. Like there's something that needs to be like whoop, shifted, something that needs to completely change. So what this new moon is doing, it's that it's bringing you to, it's kind of like, I don't want to put it like that. Like I wanted to say like you've gone off track in your path, so to say, and it's kind of like here to put you back on track. But I don't believe that there is anything as, you know, taking the wrong path or whatever, because I think everything serves us. But there is still that energy of kind of like, oh, I'm over here, but I'm meant to be here, and I don't know how the fuck to get myself there. So it kind of life is like a whoop, now you're here. Let's just like turn things upside down here in your life. Pluto energy definitely turning things upside down, so that you can find the right path for you, so that you can, you know, align to the right path with you. And this is relational. Sometimes I don't know how to feel. And now I have the like a bird set free from Sia. I don't know the lyrics or anything, but I have the melody in my song. Da da da, sing for me. Shut it out like a bird set free. And I'm getting the bird set free vibe from this card, so it's kind of like And with the Juice WRLD song, you know, Wishing Well, I'm getting like this sense of like what I'm seeing here is now like a bird in a cage with the like, and the song, the Juice WRLD song being, you know, the bird in the cage, which is making me think of, you know, like the song is about addiction and stuff like that. So it's also making me think about attachment. And the bird set free is making me think of, you know, like finally releasing the bird to be open. So I'm seeing that this is gonna be like a journey for you. So something, there is this little click happening, this little like thing set to motion during this new moon. It's gonna be affecting you the coming 6 months or something like that, you know, until the full moon in Libra, in which this is a cycle that closes. Shut it out. Fuck. I'm gonna pause this and I'm gonna listen to it. My God, pile number 3. Oh fuck, I need water. Why did I not take water before hitting that play button? Oh. So I was just listening to that song and God, I felt tingling in my whole body. I love that song. It's a good song. But it just helped me really feel your, like, as I was looking at your cards and listening to the song, I was like, whoa, the energies. Either way, so actually what I would love if you would want to do is to like go and play that song right now before you continue and just like feel into the energy of that song. Because what I'm feeling here, you know, we spoke about this card first, like how there's this energy of you blaming yourself for everything, you pointing the finger at yourself, feeling like everybody's pointing the finger at you, stuff like that, like you being the one to blame, you being, what's it called, the black sheep, you being the scapegoat, you being the bad one, and you having that perception of yourself. And yes, that has come from childhood, that has come from certain relationships you had as a child with your caregivers, or, you know, important people that had authority or could like important people for you. And that dynamic has made it so that you're internalizing that dynamic within yourself. So people, the way people criticized you, put the blame on you, saw you as the faulty one, you're the one to blame. It's kind of like you're doing that to yourself now. You're doing that to yourself. And the universe is like, nah, this shit needs to stop. We need to change this. We're here for your highest good. We need to shake things up so that you can become free of that dynamic, so that you can, you know, fly out of your cage and be free. Free of this perception that is keeping you stuck, that is keeping you from flying and discovering your life as it should be, discovering yourself, discovering what life is all about, discovering what's in store for you. So this new moon, how it's affecting you is that it's setting a cycle in motion that is meant to set you free from this dynamic of blaming everything on yourself. I'm shutting out like a bird set free. So we're gonna look at the next question, and that is, what seeds can you sow, plant, I don't know, during this new moon. You know, new moons are all about setting intentions, looking at what it is that you want to plant and grow. So we got dignified strength. We got progressions, journey. Da, 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 da. We are going to take a look at your tarot cards. We got the Eight of Swords with interference. Interference. I don't know. Interference. I don't know. Maybe something like that. We got the Ace of Cups upright. Moving some things here so we can have space for this one last card. Up here, it's the Ace of Swords in reverse. Do you like singing? Because, I mean, this song was also about, you know, I don't care if I sing off key. Something about singing your own melody. And now I'm here, like, singing the cards and stuff. We got the Ten of Swords. And we got the Page of Cups in reverse. We got those two in reverse. So what was the question? What seeds can you sow, plant, whatever? I'm getting a sense here that part of planting the seed is release. And it's not necessarily something I see in the cards, it's something that I feel here. It's kind of like grounding your feet, like letting your feet touch ground and kind of like coming back to yourself, to your body, to your being, and allowing that itself be what causes a release, and the release being what waters the seed. I'm getting a sense that right now there is not much that you are supposed to do. There is not much action that you need to take. It's more like what you need right now, it's to let things happen, because the universe is setting things into motion for you. So what I'm seeing with this card is like, don't interfere with what the universe is making happen here. You don't need to do anything. You just need to let things happen as they do. And I'm getting like this sense of whatever it is that the universe is setting in motion, allowing it is actually what is gonna allowance. Okay, let's put it like this. The seed that you can sow during this new moon is allowance. Allowance for anything to come up. Because that is where your strength is gonna be found. Yes, with this card, I just see, you know, the water from the fountain falling, and that makes me think of like, of release. It's kind of like I see your body releasing tears, sadness, pain, like water being emotions, you know, and it's kind of like you're gonna be a fountain of emotions. Things that need to come out are gonna get out. So Your job here is to not stop this from happening. Don't interfere with whatever the universe has put in motion for you. Because interfering with that is just gonna cause you more pain. It's just gonna prolong the process. So yeah, that's why in the beginning, I understand now. You know, when I was beginning your reading here, I put my feet on the ground. And I was like, okay, ooh, let's sink into this. Let's fall back into this. And that's basically what the universe is asking from you. It doesn't want you to do, like, what I'm getting is that you shouldn't have higher goals than to just be. Like, don't put the pressure on yourself to be or do or achieve certain things. Right now, the only thing you need to focus on is that whenever the things that need to come out are coming out, take that deep breath. Put your feet on the ground, breathe, and feel whatever it is that is coming through you and let it out. And let it out. Let that pain out. And I'm kind of seeing, you know, as we look at this image, it's kind of like I'm seeing that as you allow that pain to flow through and out of you, it's kind of like, if we see, again, I'm seeing the image of the cage here, right? With the swords like this. Pretend that the swords are kind of like the prison, the cage, the things that are holding it in. And I kind of see them falling out. Falling out. The more you allow, the more you practice allowing, the more things are gonna fall. The cage is gonna break away, break down. Things are gonna fall off naturally for you. Again, with this Ace of Swords, that's what I'm seeing with the sword in reverse, kind of like falling out, falling down. Yeah, it's kind of like, you know what I just saw? I just saw like human, I will say you, and there are like so many swords in that human. Like you have many wounds. You have wounds from life. And what I'm seeing is that, you know, as you allow yourself to feel that and you ground yourself, again here, see the swords kind of like crushing. Yes, this is similar to the image, but different but similar. It's kind of like these swords, they're falling out of you. You're healing the pain. You're healing your heart. You're healing your heart by allowing yourself to feel the pain that those swords caused, that the words that people said to you caused. Those are gonna start to fall out and you're gonna start becoming free of them. And your only job is to be with yourself and to love yourself through that pain. That is your only job. Your only job is to be there for yourself. So how can you, we're gonna look at the cards here about what action you can take to plant this seed. So that would be, what can you do, what action can you take to symbolize this seed of acceptance and allowance and healing. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Silence retreat. Silence. Yes. I see two things here already. Truth aura. Yes. There's a lot to do with your heart here. Do you see this when I talked about putting your feet on the ground and there's like greenery? And then just like falling back into your body and just being with what is. That's the message here. You see how she's just like using, you know, you listen to your heart. You listen to your heart. You use those things. Doctors use those things to listen to the patient's heart. And basically, you just need to like retreat, take some time, some space for yourself, and just listen inwards. Listen to what your heart has to say. Listen to the pain your body is holding and be there for you. We're going to talk more about this and create a concrete step that you can take as a symbol of what you're wanting of this healing. We got the Temperance card in reverse with art, called art here. We got the Therapist. We also got the Therapist in our last pile. Yeah, I'm seeing the message is similar. This Therapist is saying the same thing that is said on the other. Then we got the Queen of Swords, which we also got. I'm saying all of these piles has something in common. We got the Wheel of Fortune. Didn't I say that the wheels are starting to turn, huh? And then we got the Page of Swords. So, you know, through this reading for you, I am just feeling how my energy is softening. And I'm kind of feeling like that's the type of energy you need to meet yourself with. You need to meet your pain with. This type of soft energy, acceptance. Yeah, so let's talk about exactly what action you can take. I'm also very curious about how all of these are in reverse, and it makes perfect sense for me because this is all about your internal world, right? This is all about your heart space. This is all about your emotions, past wounds from past hurts, things that people told you, ways in which people painted you to be, right? So this is about taking care of those wounds. So it's not strange that all these cards are in reverse here, because that's representing something internal. So what you need to do is something internal. It's not an action that you do, you know, outwards. And this is a action to represent, you know, that the allowance. You're wanting to plant the seed, grow a tree of allowance, of acceptance. And especially with these two, what I'm seeing here is that you could even just like, you don't need to, but you could, I'm getting the sense that Mother Earth, like the forest, nature, and actually even walking barefoot. Yes, walking barefoot. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna tell a story real quick. When I was going through, you know, one of the shakeups in my life, spent lots of time crying and purging and screaming and feeling and, you know, I guess planting the seed of allowance of my pain to come up and through and out. And something that I did quite often because I was very frustrated just being inside of my house. But what I did was that I would take barefoot walks out. It was sometimes, like, we had a couple days here and it was like pouring. The rain was pouring. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Let the rain pour over me and let it wash me. And I'm just gonna go out barefoot. I don't care what people think. I'm just gonna walk in the pools of water. And that energy of like feeling my feet to the ground and feeling the different elements of nature to my body and my skin, it was just like supporting, healing. It helped me purge. It helped me process energy. It helped me ground into my own self, into my own body. You know, nature has a real good way of grounding us into our own bodies. And that's what I'm seeing that you need. You need to ground yourself into your own body and listen to your heart. Listen to what's happening internally. Listen to the truth that resides inside of you. And right now, that truth is that you are going through pain. You're hurting. You're hurting. So you need to develop this, you know, Queen of Cups type of energy, the therapist type of energy towards yourself. So, you know, if you go to therapy, you sit there, you talk, and the therapist listens to the things that you have to say. The therapist allows you to open up emotionally in a safe space. They listen to your emotions, to what you have to say. They might validate what you're feeling. And that's kind of what I want you to start doing with yourself. Find a place in which you can have your own space, which is silent. You are in peace, you know. Maybe you want to go out to the forest. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just want to cozy up in your bed. Whatever it is that you want to do. But the important thing is you need space in which you can be alone. And as you spend some time in silence and allow yourself to fall back into your body, just start listening. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and let your heart start speaking. If your heart is the patient, your ears is the therapist. You, the experiencer, is the therapist. So start allowing yourself to like create this relationship with your heart. You, the experiencer, is the therapist, and you are listening to your internal experience. You're listening to your heart speak. You're listening to your heart say what has been inside of it for a long time. You're allowing your heart to tell the hurts that have been going on there. Yeah, I'm getting this feeling of like, I just got an image in my head of like cuddling like a baby, you know, like when a mother holds a baby, a newborn baby, close to the chest. And that's the type of energy I want you to approach yourself with. Yeah, so, you know, as we spoke about this action, you know, taking some space for yourself and la la la. And as those emotions are coming up to the surface, as your heart is revealing truth to you, I want you to take care of those emotions as if they were newborn babies. Hold them, love them, show them care. If a baby is screaming and crying in pain, like your instinct is to go towards it, right? You're not like, oh, what the fuck, I need to run away. No, your instinct is like, oh, baby's suffering and they're helpless. I need to pay attention to them. I need to take care of them. I need to look at what they're needing. What is it that they need? How can I help this baby? That's the type of energy that I'm seeing here. And what I'm seeing is that taking this action is what is going to help you initiate allowing the wheels to turn. I'm going to feel into these cards here and see what messages we can get from them. With these two cards especially, I'm getting this sense of like, do you see movement here around their heads? And I'm kind of like getting like, these are the voices. These are the things that people have told you in the past. These are the ways people have painted you to be the black sheep, the ways in which you've been the one to blame, the scapegoat, criticizing, the bullying, whatever, you know, all that. And I'm kind of like Whew. Just feeling how that energy is going round, 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 round. And it's creating like this energy internally and emotionally that is really intense. And when you start remembering, when you start hearing those things again, I think those are gonna come as you tap into your heart, because when your heart has started to develop, you know, that safe connection, that safe relationship with you, it's gonna start bringing up memories, voices, words that hurt it. And what I'm seeing is that whenever that happens, allow yourself to experience the, you know, what was it that you experienced as a child when you heard those things? You know, like we spoke about the baby, right? Taking care of the baby. Well, right now, the baby is experiencing all of those words, all of those things people have been saying to it for so many years. But now you have the chance to treat the baby in a new way. How do you choose to treat the baby? You can be there. Like, we cannot change the fact that those things happened. But you can be the person who is there for the baby, for the child right now. You can be there for yourself through those painful words. And as you are there presently with that pain and the memories of those words, you are creating a new blueprint, a new relational blueprint, right? Because the blueprint that was created for you in your childhood, you know, and we spoke about how that dynamic of how people point at you as the one to blame, that has been internalized, and now you have been doing that to yourself. So the relationship you have with yourself right now is just a copy from the blueprint, so to say, that was given to you in childhood. But this changing your approach to how you meet the pain, specifically, especially of the words that have been said to you in the past, that is gonna actually start changing your relationship, like with yourself. That is gonna help, you know, the wheel that has started to, that the universe has put into motion. That is gonna make it so much easier when you allow. Things are turning for you. So doing that, taking that action, that is gonna help you initiate, cultivate that new relationship with yourself. Wheels are turning and you're helping them to turn. Cool. Let's check out how you can nurture this seed to grow through the coming months. We got abracadabra, connect. We got iravo with restoration. This is the star card. The Wheel of Fortune again, but this time upright. This was the Wheel of Fortune. Let me see. See? Wheel of Fortune. Let's see. We got the 10 of Swords. Did we get this in all piles or what? Then we have the King of Pentacles. No, the King of Cups, emotions in this deck. The Knight of Swords. And we got the Seven of Wands. Kind of want to put it like this over here. Like this, I don't know. La 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 la. Like a bird set free. See? It's like this horse that has wings. A unicorn? No, it's not a unicorn. And it's finally flying. Let me connect to the energies here for a second. Yeah, definitely keep on connecting with Mother Earth. Definitely keep on connecting with Mother Earth. What I'm seeing here is that nature is gonna be one of those, like, and here again, see, bare feet in water, in the pool of water, as I told you. Connect with earth, connect with water, connect with, you know, natural elements. Keep on connecting, because that is gonna help you connect back to yourself, and that is gonna help you restore yourself, restore your energy, restore. It's gonna help you, you know, like move the energy, flow the energy, like the past pain that is being processed. It's gonna like help you like move it out of your body and bring new energy in. Yeah, it's about cycling energy. Cycle energy. You need to cycle the energy in order to nurture this change, in order to nurture this seed. So it's like, let's say you've been home crying all day, having, you know, one of those days in which it's like an emotional day, you're purging. What I'm seeing here is that you need to change energy, you need to change environment. And when I say energy, I'm not saying like, oh, I need to suddenly be happy. No, but like, what things can you do so that the energy that you've been processing all day can, like, how can you support it to move through you and out of you? And what I'm seeing here is just like, it doesn't have to be anything rushed or anything big. It could be, you know, taking a forest walk. It could be taking a bath in a lake. It could be walking barefoot in pools of water while it pours rain. It can be hugging a fucking tree, you know, stuff like that. Find ways to connect with natural elements with your physical body so that your physical body can feel the natural elements. And that is going to help you move, process the energy, and kind of restore and renew something. You're not going to feel like a motherfucking queen just after that. But in the long run, it's just going to help you feel a little bit better, you know, maybe a little bit more nurtured, a little bit more taken care of, a little bit more whole, even though that things still are hurting. I swear, like, that song is the vibe of your whole fucking reading, you know, that transformation, that Pluto energy that we had in the beginning. Like, motherfuckers, that song is so spot on for you. What else can pile number 3 do to nurture the seed so that it can grow? I'm getting like this message of like, you know, we've already talked about it in this reading. You got the information now that you need, because there is not anything that you have to do other than to allow. You need to allow and connect with Mother Nature, Mother Earth, whatever it's called. Mother Earth, it's called. Earth elements, nature elements, connect with it, connect with it, connect with it. Connect with yourself, connect with your pain, connect with your heart. Allow whatever needs to come through. And you're gonna see, that's gonna free yourself. You're gonna free yourself by doing that. And, you know, like, as I said, you don't need to do anything, but here's a message that I want you to remember, because I think remembering this message is one of the things that is gonna help you, you know, keep on being, allowing. And it's that through this whole process, you're liberating yourself, you're opening a new door for you. You're like going from one reality into the next. You're leaving something behind and entering something new. And through this process, through allowing yourself, you're also building an incredible tool set of tools to deal with emotions. You're developing a deep emotional maturity. You're developing intuition. You're creating a connection with yourself. And this connection that you're creating with yourself, this relationship that you're creating with yourself, with your emotions, with your internal being, with your intuition, with the parts of you that are hurting, is gonna take you into new heights. It's gonna take you somewhere new. You know, we see the star both here and both here. So on the other side of this journey, however struggleful, difficult it is right now, there is gold for you. There is gold for you. And that is, you know, reminding yourself of this, that on the other side, there is a other side, and I'm on my way to the other side, and allowing that to be what is helping you to just be, to help you release resistance. That's all you need for you to nurture and grow this beautiful seed that you are planting this new moon. Beautiful pile number 3. Thank you so much for being here. As someone who has gone through this process, like, I'm telling you, this is so worth it. I know that it's difficult right now, and you probably don't understand. It's like you're just doing it because you're being called to do it, and it's just happening, and suddenly you don't have no other choice but to. But I promise you, 1 year from now, you're gonna be like, whoa, I fucking learned so much from this. And now I have the tools to build something incredible for my life. I have the tools to feel good inside of my body, zen, sustainable, stable within my own self. Pile number 3. I'm wishing you the best of luck in this journey. I love you so much. See you around. Thank you for being here.